Good afternoon and welcome to beautiful Pickett, Wisconsin on this Saturday, April 20-something. Today is repeat day, and I've got two engines on the stand today, and they're the first two four-stroke engines that I ran of this season, and neither run went well to begin with. On this side, I've got my Saito 72 engine that I was just having some issues with the low-speed idle. So I took the carb completely apart, cleaned it because I apparently had not done that, and it was, dirty and, maybe could have used some cleaning. And I replaced the low-speed mixture screw O-ring that fits inside the spray bar. I don't know that it needed to be replaced, but I found one that worked, so I put that in there. And that's really all I've done to this engine. On this side, I've got my OS FA-72a open rocker engine that I ran the other day, and again, another run that just didn't go very well. This engine, I was having some issues with the low-speed idle again, and that had been the first time I'd ever run that engine. Of course, that was the first time I'd run that engine too. But then one of the rocker arms, the exhaust rocker arm, no, it was the intake valve rocker arm, the adjustment nut came loose. So I had to reset the valve lash, and I figured, what the hell, I'm just going to put them both back on the stand, get some good runs with each of these engines. Now, they're probably going to be two separate videos, so I'll probably share this same intro for both engines and do separate conclusions at the end. So the Saito has a master air screw, brand new master air screw 13.6 prop. The OS FA-72a has a APC 12.6 prop. Both have OSF glow plugs, and both are running 5% nitro fuel. So with all that said, let me shift my camera angle to this side and we'll start with the Saito. Okay, let's prime this Saito engine. And I think when I first ran this the other day, I said that it did not have a throttle stop screw, but it does. It's just way back here, and it's hard to reach, especially if you've got the carb oriented the way I've got it oriented. So I've got it set preliminarily anyway, so let's just prime this engine and watch this beautiful engine run now. Okay, I guess we're gonna have to put that back on because apparently I over primed it. Let's see if I've got something here I can use to tighten this. I didn't really think that. Okay, so let's see if it's still got enough prime to start now. perfect low-speed 4-stroke pinch test result. So the low speed is just a hair rich. I could lean it out just a little bit, but because of what I think I'm going to do after this run, I'm probably going to leave it. And Garrett, this idle is for you. Okay, so the 4-stroke pinch test should show exactly that. You establish a nice solid idle, you do a quick pinch of the fuel line, and you should see if it's set properly, you should see the RPM come up and then drop back down to where it was. Now there's a little bit of a lag in the display, but you can hear it. Okay, nothing but smiles. I knew I could do it, and I have a perfectly running Saito FA-72a engine now. Absolutely spectacular. So if you watch the first run, you'll know that I said it didn't have a throttle stop screw, which it did, and I didn't have it set properly, but it wouldn't idle at all. It would go down and it was just all over the place. It was not good. So, like I said in the intro, all I did was take it back upstairs, disassembled the carb completely, took the intake manifold off, everything, pulled everything out, and I unscrewed the low-speed mixture screw all the way, pulled it out, And there's an O-ring that fits inside that spray bar, and I just replaced it. It didn't look like the one that was in there was bad, but it was very tight, screwing that idle low-speed mixture screw. So I found one in my Harbor Freight O-ring set, amazingly, and put it in there, and I cleaned up the barrel. The barrel had some carbon on it. I mean, it was just cleaning stuff is all I really did to it. It didn't, so when I went through this engine and replaced the bearings, apparently I didn't take the carb apart at all. So I just kind of cleaned everything up. That's all I did. And I replaced that one O-ring. And then I set the throttle stop screw to the appropriate setting, and you could see this thing was sitting there idling at like 2,500 RPM beautifully. So I would say this engine is fixed. Now, I didn't run all this fuel out, so I'm going to run all this fuel out or transfer it into my other tank here, because now what I want to do with this engine is I want to do a swamp juice run with this. I'll probably put this much swamp juice in there and try running this engine on swamp juice, just because it's here and I've got the swamp juice fuel, so we'll see what happens. But that'll be a completely separate video. So there you go. This engine is for sale. If anybody's interested in having this beautiful Saito FA-72a that's been new Boca bearings, been completely refurbished, and now runs spectacularly, that's there. Email me if you're interested.